Hello gentlemen, this is Dino here with another race review replay with commentary. This is for the LNR TBT round 4 with my teammates AM Racing, DMRE AM Racing. The track is Croix. We've got the Citroen for our season, so Gr4 had a quali race, and then based on the results of the Gr4 quali race, it gave the Gr3 grid race, which we are about to do. It was 11 laps. So we will quickly go through it and the teams that you can see running here. So we've got KBR boys, we've got Dan the Man, Zavan Legits, DKP which is super fast, Gr3, my other part of our teammates, then Mike Lowry, Mr. Sandbagger himself. So this is going to be quite interesting. Was it 11 lap race, and the optimum strat was 5 softs twice and then 1 medium in any order depending on your track. So it's quite interesting. Main goal for me, obviously in the beginning with the Citroen's loss, is to try and break slipstream. Everybody had a decent launch. Not a lot of people going for too many moves. As always, Gr3, which is Jana's 16-year-old prodigy, having a good launch. I managed to come out nicely. A lot of people came out unscathed. 1 or 2 small people hit the barrier, but that's fine. LNR, Mike Lowry, Mr. J00 Pace, actually part of the Pace Motorsports, making big moves already to P3. Closely following suits KBR, Dan the Man, one of the new guys on the block, definitely one to watch in the future. So I managed to get away quite decently. The whole pack fighting at the back. As you can see, Gr3 following suit by Dan the Man, Mike Lowry and AM Racing, my teammates, having an awesome battle. The guys have raced together for a very long time, so they just absolutely love side-by-side battles. So managed to get a decent gap going here. AM Racing was slightly pushed off wide, so he's just lost 3 or 4 spots, my teammates. DKP is on the hunt. So then gents, that you will see just as I thought, nice clean getaway. It's going to be a race at the front. Karma obviously just told me, listen here, took a knock. As I was hosting, couldn't get a warm-up lap with the Gr3, so this happened. A little bit unsettly. Still used to the Gr4. Bah! Spin out. 1.5 seconds gone, P1 gone, P2 passed, P3, P4 passed. And at this point in time, I was just thinking, oh my god, please let me avoid the train at the back. With the mad straights coming around here, I hope they're not going to be my slipstream. Mike Lowry and DKP rotating positions, super fun. And all I can think here now is maintain focus, don't get swallowed, try and avoid the train from the back. So luckily GTRSA, which is part of Team DMR, I give him slipstream rather, trying to give AM Racing slipstream, just to make these guys try and compete with each other and hopefully not catch up to me. GTRSA is part of Team DMR, so he just meant, boop, give me a little nudge bump, probably knew I spun out and said let's go boy, let's go. Young Viper, very aggressive driver, new to the LNR scene. Making moves there, AM Racing as always, being cautious and careful, saving tyres, always playing the long game. You'll see in by laps 3, 4 and 5 how his patience definitely assisted him, so as you will see a lap or 2 from now, his patience definitely paid off. So all I can think about now is trying to catch up to P1 to 4. And ahead of me we've got Mr. Sandbagger himself. Now everybody calls him a Sandbagger just because he's got so much experience. He can arrive and drive on a combo within an hour's practice and be within the top 5, top 6 at all times. Give him a Sauber Mercedes around this track and he can compete, beat the best. So very chill guy. I'll probably be saying, yeah, Dino spun out, he's behind me now. I'm gonna make his life difficult, in that chilled voice. Anyway gents, so we're pushing forward here. DKP and Dan the Man, although they are part of the same team, they are not teammates here, and they are giving each other grief TSM JDJ is just absorbing the pressure. Now here I'm thinking, he's going to come on the inside. I give him a chance. And I know I need to catch up. I need to catch up because I can't fall behind. I had some solid pace here, so I'm thinking to myself, is he going to challenge for it? So I tried back a little bit later, then I saw he's not going to challenge. I took it a little bit more calmly. And okay, perfect, got him. So obviously he's a super intelligent driver. He is behind me. He's just going to think now, let me stick with Dino, fuel save, gain the guys in front, let's not battle. So very experienced, like I said. I managed to push a bit here, get into the slipstream for the guys ahead. I'm just going to skip a bit forward just to see some time. So I managed to start pulling a gap. These guys are battling, TSM JDJ and DKP, the two young guns. Very stubborn, they will not give each other positions and they will fight till the death. So getting here, Danderman tries to make a move on the inside. He chooses it and then I come in on the inside. With all of this going on, Mike Lowry obviously saw that we will be battling and he's back in the slip. So all I want is my teammate Team REM Racing at the back to start catching up, which will be make it awesome. So I lifted a bit here because they went side by side, tried to block. Definitely a team effort, and just a little bit too late I saw Mike Lowry. He's on the inside. I'm not going to compete with him. Mercedes' brakes or stability. Just let him through. There's no reason for super battling now. Good opportunistic move by J-Dub. Saw the gap, took it, executed perfectly. Now DKP and JDJ will have a little scuffle ahead. DKP just doesn't leave enough space. Means John is off track. Unfortunate. The two gents did make it up afterwards, so no love lost there. I tried going out on the inside, a little bit opportunistic, and all that's going through my mind now is just stick, let the race settle and push forward. So I'll just skip forward again a little bit, gents. Still battling lap 3. At least I'm just happy to be within a second from P1 after my 5.5 second lost spin. A little bit of a nudge by that. I went a little bit wide. Popped here. Lowry braking very early, which means Dan broke a little bit earlier. Just ended up popping in, not losing too much time. Unfortunate racing incident. Dan the man still stuck it with DMREM Racing following suit in P5. So definitely making up the time. Mark Lowry obviously making his car 3 lanes wide. Super defensive, clean, tactical, not giving me an inch. A little bit of a spinny, tried to exit slightly too fast. Comes with the territory. So with that little spin, I get a little bit unsettled, and again at the bridge I completely mess it up. I tried to go into the inside to the right, so I'm not near his way. End up hitting Shoaib on the back of me. So sorry, my brother. Again, 6, 7 seconds, 8 seconds I think I lost here. So yeah, it was a good 8 seconds. All I can think now is just try 3 seconds behind AM Racing, probably about 6.5 behind DKP. All I think to myself, it's 2.5 laps to get to the pits. I've got 2.5 laps to close this deficit. Let's just do this. I'm happy that my teammate is in the mix at P4. Obviously strategically he will definitely try and get in the mix with them to keep them busy, to battle with them and to gain spots until I can at least try and catch up. So what I will do is the gap at that moment, we can quickly have a look, is about 3 seconds, and let's see within 2.5 laps if I can close that gap. Already started to pull away from Shoaib a little bit. Ruan is definitely keeping them busy, which was the goal. Slightly pulling away from Shoaib. GTRSA rather. So 1 lap has passed now. I've gained 1.5 seconds. Ruan just playing the patient game, just chilling, fuel saving. You will see when we go in pit, it definitely assisted in both of us. We both managed our fuel quite decently. So Mike Lowry went for lap 4 pit, so he's definitely going for the undercut. Like I said, an experienced racer. He's pitting at lap 4, 1 short, because he wants to avoid this 3-way battle in order to save lap time, because a 3-way battle can definitely take a second or two from a lap. Clever move, let's see if it works out for him at the end. Finally, after 2 laps, I've managed to get back into slip of P1 and P2. AM Racing has done a brilliant job just to stick with the guys, keep them a little busy and stick with them, not lose their slip while fuel saving. Lets me pass. Was our move strategically so I can sit behind, fuel save again and continue, so not one of us can lose time around this corner. So he can just pull back the time he lost by lifting in my slipstream while we try and chase Deaky down. So this is where we start contemplating, are we going to do another 5 on softs and then 1 mediums? However, we said no, it's fine, let's do mediums, no fuel, or just fuel, tap the fuel a bit to jump, have a quick exit and hopefully have clean air, as we were thinking that DKP is going to have softs as well, and which means he would have filled up and we would have had clean air up front. However, as you'll see in a second or two, all 3 of us, in fact, went to put mediums. I think DKP had the same plan, like we'll go into softs and he's going to jump us and then have clean air. However, we did manage to out fuel save him by about 9 liters, which is 9%, quite a lot. It is about 1.1 seconds that we might jump. As you can see there, I jumped my second, and then AM Racing just over fueled by about 3 units, made him come out exactly by DK. I have a little bit of clean air now, and I'm going to try and push. All 3 of us, the idea is to try and push. Just going to forward this lap. Nothing happens, nothing very interesting, just the same old same. Managed to pull quite a gap. Both of them shortly behind. Now we're going for our softs. Now at this point in time, remember Mike Lowry went for the undercut, 4 laps. However, his mistake was to do mediums on 2. If he did 4, 1 and 6 with super fuel saving, he could have jumped us in the pits right here. So unfortunately for him, his undercut didn't truly work. So I managed to exit, almost get smacked by Dan the man who crosses the pit exit line. Was very, very, very interesting. AM Racing has managed to jump DKP. TSM JDJ absolutely flies around that corner, passes DKP, thinks to himself, fine, he's not going to destroy AM Racing's race, tucks in behind him, in front of DKP, 2 DMR ahead of the 1 KBR, and while I'll be chasing down this KBR gent here. Got 5 laps left, softs. All I'm trying to think about now is push, get that gap, as I know Dan the man has not pitted yet. He's going to do 5-5-1. So by the end of lap 10, he's going to go and pit. So let's see how fast I can catch up. Unfortunately for Danderman, he battled with Young Viper, very aggressive driver. We went to pit at 4 and 7, which was very strange, but I think Danderman was very happy that he didn't have to battle with Young Viper anymore. Very orthodox style of driving, so I've managed to pull quite a significant gap on my softs. I'm going to leave this 1 lap here. There's a small incident at the end of this straight. The next 3 laps I'll let play out, just so it can show you the amount of push that I needed to do to be able to jump people. Slightly tapped him, I just lifted, waited for him, just overshot the brakes a bit. Again, no love lost, and we go. Give it about a 6 or 2 or 3 just before I start pressing again, just to show respect. So in about 8 laps, I've managed to clear a deficit of 12 seconds and be battling with P1 right now. With all credit to all the racers, driving and battling clean, not destroying each other's races. TSMJDJ, DMRAM Racing and DKP, all 3 fighting for that P3 spot. They are trying to get within 6.5 seconds of Danderman, so when he's going to pit, they should jump him. So after my little incident with him, I've given him the gap back, and this is what I'm going to try and say now, to try and overtake, pass, and then just push as fast as I can for the next 2-3 laps, just to regain that gap that I lost of about 12 seconds. Hitting the barriers, definitely pushing his limits. A little bit of racing pressure there. So at this point in time, I'm thinking to myself, if I overtake him now, it might be a double overtake, and I decide rather not. Let me bump draft him, and I'll still have enough slipstream to rather overtake him at the end of this straight. Otherwise, he can just take his position back again. On the inside, knowing his brakes are better, trying to brake as late as possible just for this one time. Stay my line, giving you his line in case he broke later. And all I can think now is laps 9, 10, 11. Just absolutely floor it. You've made it. You've managed to clear that gap of your 2 stupid spins of the bridge that is your kryptonite. Just push. Just push as fast as you can. So I'll show you this lap and the following lap as is now. Just so that you can get a feeling of the amount that I had to try and push. So laps 9 and 10, I will just run it through. Then lap 11, I'm going to jump to DKP and AM Racing. You guys will want to watch that. They had a sprint to the battle, to the last 10 meters. Amazing. So at lap 11, I will jump to that. As you can see, all I'm trying to push for now is purples. Danderman really pushing it, trying to avoid DKP and AM Racing and TSMJDJ catching up to him with his warm softs. Very careful at the bridge this time. Definitely do not want to spin out there again. Managed to do it properly. Gap is increasing slightly. Another purple. Really need to get more momentum. starting to pull away slightly. Dan DeMane is doing a beautiful job with his worn tyres to still maintain the pace, to try and alleviate the pressure from P3, 4 and 5. Just keeping my commentary a little bit slow in order for you to enjoy a lap or two. This would be a 24.9 and the next one will be a 24.8. So for lap 10 I will keep it slightly quiet so you guys can sit back and enjoy a little bit of racing without my annoying voice. Alright gents, for the sake of time I'm just going to go over the line and then jump to AM Racing for the last lap battle between himself and DKP. I managed to do a 24.8, which I was pretty happy with. Dan the man going into the pits, DKP pushing relentlessly. Let's have a look at this last lap battle between the two. So I've managed to clear a 12-second gap, which I was very happy with after my spin that I had. So kudos to everybody who was racing. Dan, DK, Mike Lowry, we all had such a clean race, appreciate it. So let's quickly have a look at DKP making a move on AM Racing for this last lap battle. It is insane. So nothing yet here, I will just jump to the action part. DKP ever so slightly run AM Racing, just maintaining his composure. DKP had a slightly better exit, managed to put AM Racing at the end. So he's lifting it, lets DKP pass, he knows the straight's coming up. Very clever move. Lifts, tries and get a good rotation in. Plants it. So what he does now is, initially his thought was not to have slipstream for now, come back in, then have slipstream. But by this time, DKP already decided he's going to take the inside line. The Porsche has better brakes, so he can be side by side with AM Racing and might still outbrake him. Which indeed he does. Respectful overtake. Nice side by side racing. Super respectful. And have a look at this finish. Just for those who don't know, it might look easy to drive this close to someone's bumper around blind corners like this. It is not. This takes immense experience. And for these two gents to be like that, oop, throwing a sneak peek, feinting on the outside, coming in, just go slightly wide onto the marbles, and it's going to be a race till the finish. It is a drag race, gents. Run realized DKP just pushed the exit. Absolutely fantastic. Bumper to bumper finishing, what a race. Mike Lowry finishing 4th. Decent race from this gentleman with the Merc. So amazing race from everybody. Thanks a lot for watching, gents. Appreciate it. Please like and subscribe the video.